Now, I haven't looked into this Entropy's Abyss yet, so we're not going to go into that. This is going to be a fun little casual little replay through to see how the dialogue has switched up, to see if it's changed any. Because I want to hear some of the English voice acting and hear some of these vocal performances, because this was a very enthralling arc. And we'll start from the beginning.
Converging wishes call forth the miraculous. Resultant miracles bring forth reconciliation.
Got my onion rings.
And the reconcilers, they hath advanced beyond trial, tribulation, obstacles innumerable, where they spread hope near and far. Their work lives within the embrace of the Great Mother, whose world will be bestowed a bountiful future. But as their roles conclude upon the stage of steel and verdure, a new story begins to forge roots. And roots are uncertain to take. One must survive whirling sandstorms and ceaseless plumes of smoke before tales can be told upon this stage. Reveal. 'Tis a plane of combat, of gunfire and magic, made upon happenstance, when a divinity brought life unto the stone of beginnings. The inheritors of this great work, the Titans 3, stand atop civilization. Titan of force, Not. Titan of prosperity, Ishilindrig. Titan of order, Vincent. The balance between the triptych is tenuous, teetering. Reveal is a powder keg, awaiting the inevitable spark of destruction. Though many holdeth fire, there are but few aspirants who could ignite the world. Perchance it be those who live to lift their names. Grand ambitions cross paths with discord, cantering through the wasteland. Mayhap it be those who live for justice. Honest eyes stare affixed to tomorrow, mirroring the soul of a man ready to spring into action for others. Perhaps it be those who live in the mist of darkness. The godlessness of the era is proof enough of hardship, though dark dwellers waver not. They simply obey what must be done. May chance it be those who live in the fog of twilight. Grasp they at the past, the future, and all times between. Warped, wandering wretches that they are. And yet, a guest alights from a dimension unknown. Savior of the world, or herald of its combustion. The omens will right themselves in due course. O willful aspirants, fate demands much of you. Far flung are your lives to the whims of destiny. But you must decide.
Have we figured out who's narrating this yet? It's like Nexus, right?
How will your tale be told?
Alrighty. It's been so while, I've forgotten what Selena's voice
Time
sounds
for
like.
lunch, kids. Go on and wash up those paws.
Yes, Miss Selena!
Ah, the sound of children.
All right. Let me just throw in a pinch of salt and...
Pinch. I like how that's in italics.
Mmm. That's what I call cooking.
Something smells delicious.
So apparently my mic mute works, but for whatever reason I can't get my thing to work. So I'm gonna try to put this on auto, and I'm gonna see if I can fix this in the background.
Good afternoon, Abbess. How are you feeling?
Peachy, once I get some of that soup.
That the only thing you want? Goodness, I've seen hummingbirds eat more than you. Here, take some of this bread. Fresh baked this morning.
If you insist. I'll partake once I help set the table.
All right.
Wow, this sure looks good, Miss Selena. Can we eat now? My stomach's gonna eat itself.
Nuh-uh, hold your horses. Not a crumb goes in those pie holes till you give thanks.
Yes, Miss Selena.
Gods, shadowed are thy names, but the world overflows with thy bounty.
We do not know hunger, for we are replete with thy love. Thus, we believe in divinity and exalt thy names.
All right, children. You may eat.
Thank you! This bread sure is delicious, Miss Selena. The soup's scrumptious, too. We always appreciate your cooking, Miss Selena.
Okay, okay. You rascals can stop sweet-talking me. Use those jaws for chewing.
Miss Selena, are you sneaking candy again?
I just want to butt in for a minute to say that that I really like the added touch that it's very clear that the kids have something in their mouth when they're voice acting there. Or at least attempting to sound like they have something in their mouth. It's just the little things like that that go unappreciated in a lot of these performances. But yeah, back to me fixing this. So you might see my webcam dip out.
I see 3 whole pieces.
Well, this here is candy for grown-ups.
What? That's no fair. Aw, I wish I were grown up.
That's quite enough. You're being rude to Miss Selena.
We're sorry. Miss Selena, could I get second? Me too. Please?
Of course. Since you asked so politely. Eat your fill. Whew.
Oh, I feel bad. Always saddling you with the cleaning. You already do so much for us.
No need to apologize. Comes with the job.
Well, duty calls, doesn't it? Speaking of which, here. All the information you need is in this letter. Now be careful out there.
Please, you're talking to a tried and true professional. Well, I'll be off now. Sooner I get this sorted out, the better.
The grace of the gods is with you.
I know.
O divinities above, please guide her to glory.
Please, show some mercy.
Shut up. Show mercy? You gotta show money for that. I sure earned big today. Man, this is easier than stealing eggs from a blind duck. 2 or 3 shots, and you get damn near the whole nest. Makes me wish I hadn't wasted my time on all them 2-bit crimes. If I'd started big, well, I'd be making out like a wild hog in a fresh mud bath. In any case, won't have to settle for spurred on today. I'm feeling kind of fancy. Huh?
There's the target, all right. Trail of blood and sin on him is darker than night.
Who are you supposed to be? Well, hello. I didn't realize I was talking to a right fine lady. You looking for company?
Sinner, lift up thy face, for redemption is at hand.
Huh? What are you babbling?
Ignite, trigger. Thy wicked deeds shall melt away, leaving only a sweet blessing.
Who do you think you are?
God shadowed are thy names, but the world teems with wickedness. We do not know repletion, for we are starved of thy love. Thus, divinity, thy name is ignorance. I shall be guardian to this forsaken world, and scorch away its bleakest filth.
Ah! 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 It burns! Make it stop!
Rejoice. That heat is your penance.
Do something! Do something, you freak! Ah! My arm! It's melting off!
That pain you're feeling is just a drop in the ocean, compared to all the tears your victims have shed.
But please, have mercy!
Mercy. I got plenty of it, packed right here in this bullet.
No!
Thou art a sinner, lost in this godless world.
Stop!
I shall guide thee to eternity.
I beg you! Please!
Still can't figure this out. Okay, let's see if I can figure this out and figure it out fast.
Glad that's over. Got about 7 days of shopping needs to get done. Now, what am I gonna make for dinner? If memory serves, little place across town is having a sale today. And I am ready for a bargain.
Well, if it ain't the sassy saying herself. How you doing, Selena?
Blessed now that I seen you. How's the shop life treating you? Keeping your family warm and fed?
Sure as I am alive. But would you look at all these archiponic pumpkins I got left over? You'd think Revale developed a squash allergy overnight.
They do have mighty hard shells.
Yeah,
The pumpkins
well,
again.
I'd take 10 gold apiece for them, long as somebody was willing to buy it.
Well, hello, Selena. Getting some shopping done?
You betcha. Plan on cooking up casserole tonight.
Casserole? Are you trying to make my mouth water? Why don't you throw a couple of fresh greens in there? Make yourself a meal that's warm, nutritious, and organic. You know we don't use none of them all chemicals.
Everybody and their granddaddy knows by now. Well, you've been going on about it. Well, how much you want for them?
Accounting for the quality and all, I'll sell them to you for 500 a bundle.
Did you mean healthy greens or solid gold?
We're practically giving them away as is. Can't do no more than this, I'm afraid. Even for one of our best customers.
I got a proposition for you. Give me the whole bunch for 300, and I'll purchase all your pumpkins.
Well...
I mean, they are more trouble than they're worth. Dulls your knife when you peel them, breaks your back when you chuck them. But it breaks my heart to see good food go to waste. Sell me the troublemakers, and I'll save y'all a whole lot of grief.
Now that's a highway holdup done right. You could talk the clothes off my back. Well, fine, you bandit. They're all yours.
Thank you kindly.
You carrying all those groceries yourself? But Jabbers, you ain't a pack mule. How are you gonna get home before the old haybaker hits the horizon?
You know it ain't been safe out, what with Bunny and Baron riling up Icy's folks, and Reveal going to the wretches.
Appreciate the concern, but I can take care of myself. Robbed you too, didn't I? And I'll be back for more.
That's Selena. Sharp as a porcupine's behind.
But fierce as a lioness. Reveal best watch out for that one.
I'm home!
Welcome back. Did you take care of all your errands?
Yep, picked up some victuals for this evening on the way home, too.
Archiponic pumpkins. And what looks like a whole patch of them.
Well, why not? These are fine squash. We are going to feast tonight.
Well, you have to crack all those shells first. Let me help you.
That's quite all right. Just a bit of heat, and they'll be sliding out of their hides like skin off a snake.
Selena.
I know. My heaven-sent powers must not be abused, right? But I ain't abusing them. I'm feeding the good people of this church. Listen, all I'm saying is you need your rest. Go take a nap and I'll have dinner ready before you know it. This casserole is just right. But you, on the other hand, need some salt. Yep, that'll do.
My, you've already put all the food out.
Now just hold on a minute. I can explain. This one here's for my...
Oh, I know.
No, you've got me all wrong. This extra plate here, I'm saving it for later. You just know how those kids get when they're hungry. They just about gnaw on the floorboards. Miser didn't even cross my mind. Anyway, I had to make a lot. See all these vegetables? They were $500 for the bunch, but I haggled. I told them I'd take all their pumpkins if they gave me the greens for cheap. But now I got all these pumpkins, and what do you do when life gives you pumpkins? You make a whole lot of casserole, but not for Miser. Oh no, I wouldn't do that. Not for that empty-headed fool with his big, cheap grin and dreamy eyes.
Selena, I didn't mention anything about Miser.
Me and my big mouth.
That boy must be a miracle in nature, not realizing how you feel. Why, you've done everything short of propose.
I already said, it isn't like...
Hand over your money!
And don't make a fuss doing it now.
This is a church. You must know that violence is...
Shut up! Who do you think you're mouthing off to? Tell them who we are, Buns!
Bunny and Baron in the flesh.
And right before dinner. Abbess, get yourself somewhere safe.
All right. But remember, we do not condone needless bloodshed.
Yeah. Do I look keen on mopping the floors to you?
No, you look keen on becoming a martyr.
Give us what we want, and you'll live to pray another day.
Listen here! Y'all are Bunny and Baron, right? The mysterious outlaws looking to take down our Schillendrig? That gives one the impression y'all would have guts. Takes a mighty brave soul to challenge a Titan, after all. But whew! Didn't y'all just flinch? Yep, no guts and no clue. Ain't no one ever told you? Lay even a finger on this church and you'll bring misery tumbling down on your head.
You're just bluffing.
You know what happens to liars?
Well, nothing too bad, I hope. For y'all's sakes.
I can't figure it out. So only my mic seems to work, and the webcam just refuses to. So I guess this is a problem for a later time.
Whew! Y'all are lucky I'm in a good mood today.
Trigger finger's starting to itch.
This should be an easy enough battle to win.
There's a big reward for shooting you.
Easy peasy. Just gotta play the unicorn thingy, draw cards, play raw, win game. There's not really a lot of thought to Haven these days, is there?
Don't call me short.
That new Freak card that came out with the new expansion actually seems pretty good.
It looks like I'm up.
Okay. So you know how more or less this goes.
I want.
I'm
therefore I
currently
take.
still looking up on my phone to see what's wrong with OBS,
No way!
but why the hotkeys aren't working. There's like a lot of people on the forums talking about it, but I can't seem to figure it out.
I must have faith.
All this ambush nonsense.
The desert's mine. Yep, this is all mine. Ugh.
Select the system preferences. Left-hand column, click microphone, camera. Screen recording managed app permissions. No, that doesn't solve anything. They always waste my time with this nonsense.
May the gems guide you. Time to spice things up.
I do the taking around here.
Don't call me short.
How much is in it for me? This wasn't worth it.
It says I have to run OBS as admin is like the only workaround people seem to give. Let's just play this because this gives us at least board presence. I think that we're not going to have too many problems going through speed running this story. Actually,
Your mission is to come back
considering
alive.
we're doing a replay, we could skip the battles if you guys prefer, because we've already done them once on this entire playthrough.
Watch your surroundings.
So there's not really a reason to. It's just basically a short mini stream to catch up, so I can create a backlog of footage.
Look to the zenith, for there I will rise.
And let's see.
Embrace them in your fight. Prominence!
Tactical retreat.
Okay. I think if they don't remove Raw, we'll probably just win in like 2 turns. But odds are they have something to remove Raw.
Going for the prey.
Alita the Pirate Queen is a card that I wish I could build a deck around.
Let me see you.
Because I love pirates.
Hurry up and sink.
Hurry up and sink.
Captain, we're out of boom balls.
We do.
We're out of boom balls.
I will rise again.
You know what? Why not?
There was not a soul
You can never
without
have
sin.
too much health, right?
Just wait till these flames reach you.
Punish the wicked. Spare the innocent.
It looks like I'm up.
Let judgment
My
fall.
bad, Captain.
And we now have a board. When you have more than your maximum health, life is good.
Your mission is to come back alive.
I don't think they can wipe our board.
You just saw your last sunrise. Watch your surroundings.
Ugh.
By your will, O Lord.
Well, looks like they're going to not take lethal this turn. I probably could have smacked the face.
Is that how you treat a lady?
But we're not in, like, any pressing threat at this moment, so should be quick enough to just run through.
You're safe with me, Captain.
Pirates and Vikings working together. Yeah, can you just die already?
Blimey.
Time to spice things up. I failed you, my no.
And I think if we evolve here, this
There
is
won't
lethal.
be a speck of ash left.
I've got all the magic I need. Is that how you treat a lady?
There we go. Well, now that we've spent and wasted about 30 minutes trying to fix my webcam, knowing that
think you
we
learned your lesson.
cannot fix it, we should just continue to press on.
Settle down now. There's absolutely no reason for you to be hollering like that.
My gun! It just went flying out of my hand.
I honestly don't remember this part, considering we already played through it.
What kind of witchcraft is this?
No, she shot your gun out of your hand. That's quite a normal thing to do, actually.
It's not witchcraft. It's called being a decent shot.
Yeah, you see, she's got my back. Selena's got my back on this. Let me just move my head a little bit.
Now go on, get out of here.
I wonder if I can adjust my webcam further. Let's go properties. Let's see. Configure crossbar. No, I can't do that. So let me see. Configure video. Saturation, brightness, camera control, focus, zoom, exposure, pan, tilt. Backlight, white balance, okay. What does crossbar even do? Oh, here we go, resolution. Let's change it to a 800. Oh, that's a little square. Yeah. That's much better. Ooh, let's see. Can I go smaller than that? No. No. guess 960. That works. This is the closest to a square as that we can get our resolution to be. Yeah, we'll put my face right over here. Now I'm not blocking as much of the screen.
Ain't you gonna say goodbye?
Oh, I like how my mic is the only hotkey that works.
Goodbye, miss!
Run!
Outlaws ain't got a pinch of decorum these days.
Did you see them off?
Yeah, but I wish I could have chased their sorry butts straight out of Reveil. Newcomers like them have no right moving here. Not without learning our laws first. I mean, what happens when they offend one of the Titans? These folks are hoping to be pioneers, not corpses in coffins.
Oh yeah, that's right. Not boxes people in what she calls coffins.
Well, aren't you concerned for those bandits? Bunny and Baron, they call themselves.
If those two were Bunny and Baron, then I'm queen of the world.
Fair enough. Anyway, the townspeople insist the real ones don't steal from the poor.
Oh, Reveil just adores them. Way things are going, folks are going to be erecting statues soon enough. Let's just pray that my next cleanup won't involve two virtuous thieves, huh?
Considering we've already replayed this, I'm going to not spoil any of the events that I already know will happen, because this will just be, for people that wanted to watch the English version, this is just going to be a clean recording of the English version.
The gods won't punish friends of the weak.
You would know better than me.
Miss Selena, what was that noise? We thought we heard a loud bang.
How old do you kids have to be? I think I knew what guns sounded like when I was like 5.
Are you sure about that?
100%! And they're exploding my ears!
And now that I think about it out loud for an extended period of time, as I collect my thoughts trying to finish this sentence that I have lost track of what I was going to say. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, guns. Yeah. Guns are loud. And honestly, if I grew up in a Wild West setting, this is where I was going originally. Yeah, if I grew up in a Wild West setting, I would definitely have at least heard a gunshot before I was 5, possibly earlier. Like, I was able to like walk and talk at like age 3, so I would assume sometime around then would be when I could probably learn to identify a gunshot. If I was walking, talking, and reading, I think I could probably understand the concept of gunshot.
Well, I bet the gods were napping and let out a few snores is all. Nothing to worry your little heads over. So, run along now.
Or at least I'd be able to understand that guns go bang. I might not have the concept of death down, because I don't think I learned much about that till I was at least 6. But I could understand metal thingy with shiny parts go boom!
Yes, Miss Selena. Come on! I'm coming!
Now that all the commotion's over, I think I'll lie back down.
Take it easy. And I'm sorry for putting that bullet hole in the wall.
That's just a spot of interior decorating. I'm sure the gods couldn't give a lick about it.
I feel like the gods would care at least a little bit. But I think it's still funny that she refers to putting a hole in the wall as interior decorating. Just like this hole I put in my desk from when I slammed my fist down on it. That's just a bit of interior decorating, or remodeling.
That's why I was apologizing to you, Abbess. This entire world could fall to ash, and I am sure no deity in the heavens above would give a single holy fart.
I'm just laughing at the concept of a holy fart. Oh,
start patching up that hole. I spare their sorry bandit butts, and they can't even spare me change for repairs.
Back on that last tangent. What makes a fart? What holiness could a holy fart pertain to? What would make it holy? Is it just the fart of someone holy? Is the fart itself sanctified in some way? These are the questions that plague my mind and keep me awake at night.
Whew. This should keep him fed for today.
For today.
Only a matter of time before that dunderhead eats us out of house and home.
Doesn't he bring home a paycheck? You would assume that he's contributing, right?
Speaking of which, he should come bounding in right about...
The blessed ass of a sister? Is that what constitutes a holy fart?
Hey, Selena!
Now. What'd I just say? Predictable as a cuckoo bird and a fresh wound clock. Well, simple is as simple does.
I know he's coming in here and eating your food, but he has to be at least contributing, right? He isn't just like a loner who lives on his own and pays for his own stuff, right? Or like mooches off of you, I don't imagine. I imagine he gets paid for being a deputy. In fact, I think it is about time we do some Googling. Okay, Google. How much did a deputy make in the 1800s? Can't reach Google at the moment. What? Okay, Google. How much did a deputy make in the 1800s? How much did a deputy make in the 1800s?
I found this on the web.
The National Historic Site, the Smithsonian. Okay, payment of U.S. Deputy Marshals from Fort Smith, Arkansas. They made about $2 for an arrest. 50 cents for a subpoena. That's not a lot. They literally didn't get paid. This article's making it out to be like deputies didn't get paid, or they got paid on a quota basis. It's like, all right, $2 every time you make an arrest. And $2 then with inflation, that's like what? $100 now, $150. And we know that since he hasn't pulled his gun, he's not making arrests. So I guess I take it back. He is literally a mooch. He is making no money and contributing nothing.
Look what the cat dragged in. If this is about money, you're not gonna get another coin out of me.
No, it's not that. We got a visitor from outside Reveal. I brought her to say hi.
Hi there.
Hi, Arisa.
Huh? Something's fishy about her. And it ain't just her funny clothes.
If you make a racist comment about her pointy ears, oh, I tell you what.
Have mercy.
What's wrong? Your stomach hurting?
Look at him. I swear, every time he meets a pretty girl, his smile lights up and his brain goes dim. Of all the stupid... Come over here a second.
Ah, don't pull so hard. What gives? I told you I would get you your money back.
I keep forgetting the space bar doesn't advance the dialogue.
Of course you will. But that's not what this is about.
This is about me being jealous about you bringing the lady friend home.
Then what is it? Oh, Sparks didn't fly with that fella I introduced you to?
I forgot about that.
Ow!
It's her, dingus. You don't think she ain't off kilter or whatever?
I don't. Or maybe.
Look at her outfit. The way she carries herself.
I forget. Did Arisa tell him that she's from another world?
Wow, this place is huge. And beautiful.
Never seen a gal dressed like that in all my days. And do you see what she's carrying?
Yeah, she's got a cape. Nobody wears those anymore. Well, at least not full-length capes. I mean, a shoulder cape, I think, could be still stylish. You probably get away wearing that in the modern day. But who wears a full flowing cape that's always upswept in the wind, no matter what your pose?
A bow?
Look, we're indoors, we're in a church. Why is her cape fluttering in the wind? That's all I'm saying.
Exactly. Who carries a bow? Did you bother to ask her why?
Oh yeah, that's right. The bow. I mean, it's still practical. What was that one guy that used a bow in World War II? Something Jack? He had like a sword and a bow during World War II. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've had to talk about this.
Must have slipped my mind.
Well, I reckon your mind's got more holes in it than Swiss cheese. Now listen, I've never been outside Revale, but I know there ain't many folk who still use basic contraptions.
Oh, I see what you're saying. We're having some kind of shared fever dream, ain't we?
Don't be an idiot. I just want you to recognize how peculiar she is.
Now I'm thinking about the Yogscast Night Peculiar. 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 Words!
Fair enough, but I think she's a good person.
You'd probably think Schillendrig was a saint, assuming you ever met him. In any case...
Oh yeah, that's right. And when we were playing as him, we do meet Shadowverse. I don't think that happened yet at this point in the story.
Hey, who's this weird lady? I like your pretty cape. Can I touch it?
Yeah, we just finished talking about the cape.
Hi kids.
Unfortunately, ever since I saw The Incredibles as a child, I have permanently associated capes with Edna Mode. No capes! No capes.
Well, you shouldn't automatically distrust everybody you meet. Give them time to mess up at least.
I swear you're thick as rocks. This is Revale. A healthy dose of distrust keeps you alive.
You were different when we were kids, you know that?
Feel free to shut up.
Yeah.
Wow! Do that again, lady.
Magic from Viridia Magna.
How did you make the air go all whoosh? Do you own the wind? Something like that. Watch close. Oh.
Hey, quiet down in there! We're trying to have a serious talk.
Sorry!
All of them. It's moments like this that are very endearing to my heart.
When did we get to be like an old married couple?
Let's drop this. Almost time for lunch anyhow.
Oh boy! Care if Arisa and I join you?
Do whatever you want.
Tsundere.
There he goes again. Don't let it get to you, Selena. And don't you dare start thinking about how she's pretty as a kitten with her shining locks and big dewy eyes.
Dewy eyes? You mean doughy? Dewy? This is a word people use?
No, that buffoon ain't worth it. And yet here I am, still feeding him. Who's the fool now?
Somebody jealous.
Lunch is ready. Come and get it while it's hot.
Yay! Huh? Miss Selena, what about that plate over there?
Oh, the one with the candy on it?
It's got more meat than mine.
Oh,
Might
never
I
mind.
have it, Miss Selena? Please?
Whoa there! Hands off, you barbarians. That's for our guest.
Aww.
Hey, don't look at me like that. Of the three of us, I think I've got the biggest reason to be disappointed.
Got that right.
Whew, I'm stuffed.
Me too.
So what did you think?
It was really good.
Right? She's the best cook in all of Revale.
I forget, what was the public opinion about the Spurred On restaurant? What about the food there?
Talk me up, why don't you? You're just used to the flavor.
Hush up. Modesty don't suit you.
Everything suits me. You watch that lip.
Ouch.
Classic tsundere violence.
You two are good friends, huh?
You could say that. We've known each other forever.
Never been able to get rid of him.
You love me. Admit it.
Oh, he's on to you.
Aw. You make me miss my friends. I'm actually searching for them now.
I actually really wonder where they are.
Maybe we've seen them. What are their names?
Speaking of her friends, has anyone been enjoying the anime lately? Because if you are watching this at the time of recording, the anime just had its like 20th episode or something, and Eris made her, not her debut, but she got an entire episode more or less dedicated to herself. And it looks like we're going to get an episode with Urias next week. Coming up in like 4 days, I think. This will probably be if you're watching this in the future, for all I know, the entire series may have ended by now. But I'm enjoying it right now. It's nice to see the characters again. Especially the ones that we haven't seen in a long time, like Eris. I miss Eris. Eris is still probably one of my favorites. Ugh, I just remembered something. If Arisa is the one that we're dealing with here in Revale, which it wouldn't surprise me if the next story is going to be focused on Erica, who I can't stand. But at the same time, I'm really curious as to where she is right now and what she's doing, regardless, despite the fact that she's my least favorite character. If I had to put them in a list of order of least favorite to most favorite, it'd probably go either Isabel or Eris at the top, followed by Arisa, followed by... Well, actually, I'd say Rowan kind of pairs with Isabel, and in the same way that Eris is just probably overall well-written on her own. Ewan, I don't really know where I'd even place him on this list, because I both really, really like him, but he just hasn't had enough development. Luna has been growing on me. She's moved from last place to slightly higher, but not so much on her own merits as the fact that Erica just keeps plummeting. But Erica's at least in my good graces more often than not. Where was I going with this? I miss the characters. I miss this story.
Erica, Isabel, Rowan, or Urias, Eris, Yuan, and Luna too.
I love how she lumps Luna in at the end.
Do any of those sound familiar?
Afraid not. Selena, you know any of them?
Sorry, can't say I do.
I thought so. That would have been too good to be true.
Yes, it would have been.
Oh man, all alone in a world like Revale? That must not feel great. Have no fear. You've got this city's best deputy on your case now. We'll find those friends... Ow!
I know how you love to fix every crack in the road. But you gotta eventually make it across the street to get anything accomplished, Miser.
That is a great analogy. You can never cross the street if you're fixing every crack in the road.
But she's in trouble.
It's okay. Thanks for your concern, but I'll be fine on my own.
You say that, but it only makes me more concerned.
Sorry, Arisa.
Wish we could help, but...
I love how you can hear the sarcasm in her voice. She's so disappointed that she can't help.
Miser, I've been looking all over for you.
Alright, deputy on cue.
What's the matter?
It's the outlaws you back from this morning and afternoon. They coughed up some pretty dirty news that you ought to hear. Need you back at the station.
You got it. Sorry, y'all. Duty calls.
Wait, what do you want me to do with?
You'll figure it out. Later now.
Oh, that's right. He just leaves them together.
Wait, did he really just up and leave? You could drive a steam engine through this silence.
It's awkward.
Heavens. It's so awkward I can't even look at her.
Could I have seconds?
She said she was stuffed.
Huh? She wants to extend this torture? Is she trying to be polite?
I think she's trying to be polite.
But then, why is she smiling like that? Like she completely trusts me.
Because she does completely trust you.
It's eerie how much you remind me of Miser. You know that?
It's like, yep, there's two of them now. Maiden Divine. We're almost halfway there.
That was delicious. My mouth has never been happier.
What have you been eating your whole life? That meal wasn't anything special.
She's an elf, right? What do elves eat in this universe or setting?
Actually, I can't cook. But I think people who can are amazing. How do you make something taste that good?
That is something I probably should have remembered from the last time we played through this, that Arisa can't cook. Because that is a noteworthy character trait.
Arisa, right?
I never remember her name pronunciation.
Yep.
I always call her Arisa. 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 What was the name of the character from a certain Magical Index movie again?
Did you say where you were from?
No. So, this is going to sound crazy, but I came from a different world.
Come again?
I'm not very good at explaining, but...
I think it's funny, and at the same time a little bit of a plot not a plot convenience. Or there's a word for what I'm thinking, but I find it odd, like whenever you're in a fictional setting and then people just don't understand or believe or have no imagination for anything. Like the fact that if you're in a world where magic and fiction exists, why is it such a foreign concept that someone could show up from another world? You can't just immediately lump that out as an impossibility. I mean, so much of our fiction here in my world, which is, I guess, by extension, your world too, unless you're watching this from some other dimension. Most of our fiction pertains to fantasy worlds and parallel worlds or alternate timelines, etc., etc. So, if someone showed up and told me they came from another world, I wouldn't readily believe it, but I wouldn't outright call it impossible. It's like the zombie movies where no one in the entire universe has ever heard of a zombie for some reason. Like the term has never existed in fiction up until that point. But I'm getting sidetracked, so I'm just going to put this on auto, and I will stop it if I feel like I need to pipe in.
My friends and I are chasing after these, things called the Keepers. We've had to cross several worlds so far. Before Reveal, we visited this beautiful place called Natera. And before that, there was Isunia, land of the guilds.
She a few arrows short of a quiver? Or does she actually expect me to believe she's a bona fide world hopper? Sorry, but I ain't buying it.
That's okay. I know it's hard to believe. I'd feel the same way if I were you. In fact, I still haven't wrapped my head around it either. But you let me into your home and fed me. I'm very thankful.
Don't mention it. We had the scraps to spare.
You and Miser are so nice.
Miser's just a big old softy. Though I can't say for sure if he's soft-hearted or just soft in the head.
Really? I thought Miser seemed... considerate?
You think?
I guess it's how he looks at people. He has this steady gaze. Like you can tell he's strong and also that he really cares. It gives me a warm feeling.
Me too.
Sorry if that sounded weird. Whoa! Seconds?
Like I said, scraps.
But I'm eating a lot. You really don't mind? Yay! So good. I think I
mean,
like
chicken
this one
nuggets,
even
by the way.
better.
Strange little stray. But she means no harm. So, did Miser tell you about Reveal? Actually, why am I even asking? Boy's got more words in him than lip on a platypus.
Yup. He told me about the Titans and how they balance the power of this place. It reminds me of Asunia. They had 5 guilds, all in charge of different things. That is, until the falling out.
What happened to this Asunia?
Everything changed when the Assassin Guild attacked.
There was a war. We managed to put a stop to it, but a lot happened, and a lot of people died along the way.
Rest in peace, Marlone Median. You will forever be in our hearts.
That's a real shame. What say we steer away from the doom and gloom for a few ticks? You hear how Reveal came about?
No, let me grieve.
Nope, not yet. Could you tell me?
Wouldn't have brought it up if I couldn't. In the beginning, Reveal was an empty plane. There was no life. There were no forms. All there was a single stone.
I love the lore of this place.
Onto this plane, a god alighted. Out of this grand nothing, they made life. But life is fragile. So to watch over their creation, they split into 3 entities. These 3 demigods then built the Reveal we know and love today. Now, the descendants of these beings still walk among us. We call them...
the Titans.
Yep, makes sense.
That's right. Anywho, it's a good tale to pass the time. Whether it's true or not, well, that's for you to decide.
You don't think it's true, do you?
Now, why would you say that?
I don't know. Just had a feeling.
Because she can tell that you have an apathetic outlook on life.
But I believe it. I think that God was one of the keepers.
Are keepers such mighty beings?
Yes. My world was put into a deep sleep by a keeper. Nexus.
Who actually... Didn't we get to see a brief little stint of Nexus before we started the campaign for Reveal? She was having an argument with Nerva over how much what they meddle. I wonder if it means that there's some redemption. Considering Losaria is the one whose body is Nexus seems to be occupying as the vessel for some reason, there's probably a lot more about Losaria that we don't really know or understand at this point. But I think it means that the story writers are probably setting up for her to have her own arc. We might even get to play as her at some point, or see the story from her point of view. And it's my guess that they're setting her up in a way to where she ends up turning against the other keepers, or ends up regaining her memories as Losaria. And maybe this is me just super speculating at this point, but I think that Nexus will be not a villain by the end of Shadowverse's story, however long they plan for this story to go on for. But there's so many hints and details that I feel like there's enough there to where my theory could hold some merit.
And one of my allies, Yuan, his world was destroyed by another keeper, Nerva.
Nerva, on the other hand, is completely irredeemable and needs to be destroyed.
Wait, let me get this straight. You've been hopscotching across worlds to trap yourself some gods?
For what Nerva did to Maisha, my boy Belphomet, Marlon Median, may he forever rest in peace. Nerva must pay.
Yes. So we can fight them. Did I say something weird again?
No, that ain't it, Arisa. I just can't believe I'm gonna come out and say this, but sorry I doubted you.
She is a pure and innocent snowflake.
Huh?
The way you said you were fighting gods, the force of your conviction, it hit me like lightning. Much as my brain wants to disbelieve your words, my gut's telling me different. Maybe that's because I'm fighting gods too. Not with guns or bows and arrows like you, but I'm standing up to them all right.
In your own way.
Is it hard for you?
Harder than you could imagine.
I'm sorry to hear that. I don't like to see people struggle. So whatever you're going through, Selena, whatever this world is going through... Sorry, I should get going soon. I feel bad sticking around for so long. Thanks for the dinner, though.
Anytime. I hope you find your friends.
Thank you. Oh, and Selena, I'm not super strong or anything, but I promise I will do everything I can to save your world. So give me a chance, okay?
Yep.
Thanks again. See you.
Arisa, huh?
Yes. My world was put into a deep sleep.
Oh my
by a keeper.
goodness, we're flashing back to
Nemesis.
minutes ago.
And one of my allies, Yuan, his world was destroyed by...
Wait,
Yes.
that was powerful. It was like I blinked and found myself face to face with a tiger. I just hope Miser is careful. She ain't some helpless little critter, that's for sure.
Yeah, she has a bow and she knows how to use it.
That a bullet?
Oh, that's right. Arisa had the bullet at this point. I forgot about that.
This is where Miser was sitting. Typical.
Oh, sorry.
That man would forget his head if it weren't screwed on right.
Are we ever gonna find out the significance of that thing? It's gotta be important, right?
Think I'll keep it. He owes me anyway.
Has our visitor left?
Oh my goodness, I just have a theory on the bullet, but I will get into that when we eventually do the conclusion again in English.
Gone with the wind.
Good.
And... wait, let me guess. I got more cleaning to do.
Yes, Selena. We got a package from Vincent. These sweets are for you.
5 whole pieces? That is a lot. This mean what I think it means, or is Vincent just feeling generous?
Now's not the time for your sass. The wretches are back. That letter will tell you more than I can.
Alright, better take this show on the road then. And don't touch those dishes while I'm away, Abbess. I'll wash them after I come back.
Very well. And Selena, don't let your guard down. You will have to carry out a grave sentence soon. We've received word that Ishellendrig is investing in rather unsavory rituals.
Well, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
The grace of the gods is with you.
Yeah. This sure don't get easier. But somebody's got to stand up to the gods.
I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. So I'm just gonna leave this on auto and I'll be right back.
Don't ask me why I fell for him. I wonder the same thing myself. I can tell you my life story, but it ain't much. One more Revalian tragedy. Grew up on the streets, 'cause to Mama and Papa, I was just a mouth they couldn't afford to feed. Never considered myself unfortunate, till the kids around me got old enough to learn cruelty. Yep. One day they beat me blue and called me unwanted. The me now would knock them down so hard they'd ricochet off the core of the earth. But back then, all I could do was cry. I wanted a home. So as the bullying got worse, I started to think, if I don't fit in down here, maybe I'd be better acclimated for heaven. But things changed after Prince Charming appeared. Now, he didn't have no titles, no money, or a house. We were alike in that regard. All he owned was this big smile that sat in his face like a jewel in a crown. And at least he acted like a knight.
Cheer up, Selena. I'll take care of you, come hell or high water.
Really?
Yes'm, I'm gonna be a lawman and protect darn near everybody.
All right, you better hear.
I can still see that scrawny back glowing in front of me. He shielded me when no one else would. But I bet he don't remember it that way. I was, am, and will forever be crazy about him. Sometimes I even get jealous of the dirt under his nails.
He did say you were different as kids.
But Revale doesn't believe in happily ever afters. So time passed and we got older. Then the abbess started teaching us magic. Acceleration and ignition. These techniques had trickled down from generation to generation, and we were next in line. But it wasn't till later on that I learned what the magic was for.
Selena, we are servants of the gods. This church was raised from the dust of Revale so we may do their work. From our ranks, we must choose one executor to bear the church's burdens. By the sweat of their brow, we are blessed. Do you understand, child?
Executor? More like executioner.
The sad music.
Our church exists to scrape scum off the surface of Revale. Every generation, one unlucky child is picked to be a hitman. And next on the list was me.
I wonder if Anvelt was one of those kids.
The abbess asked me first. Would you accept this calling? Well, does a heart want to love? What are we waiting for? Sign me up! See, Miser had dreams that were big and grand. I just wanted to see him happy. Fate was whisking us down different paths. But I was content. My flame shall scorch away sin. Only took a simple oath. And that was it. I was a defined assassin.
The Sugar Kiss
They
assassin.
send me sweets when it's time for a killing. I ignite him, melt him into bullets, then load him and accelerate him straight into a sinner's heart. When the flames reach you, they don't just burn. They melt you down until there ain't even a speck of ash.
Eee.
All that lingers is this sweet smell. Guess it makes sense, seeing as all that talk of redemption's no more than honeyed words. You could measure my years and how much blood I burnt. I am stuffed to the gills with the surfeit of amber ash. Of course, candy is ruined for me now. A tiny whiff will set my head aching.
Ugh.
But the executions weren't enough to keep me awake at night. I'm no killer. I'm no more than a puppet. Divinity pulls the strings. Divinity pulls the trigger. Now why'd I let him use me like that? Was it because I loved the gods? Feared them? As if. Didn't matter what happened to me. I had someone I wanted to protect.
Selena.
What do you want, miser?
Selena!
I'll never get why you're constantly shouting. I've always been by your side. Happy as a lark, too. Though, I might not always sing as sweet.
We're about to get to the sad part, aren't we?
So happy, in fact. I forgot something important. Revale sits under a cloud of misfortune.
Howdy.
Miser, what are you doing here at this time of day?
Just felt like seeing you.
Did you get hit over the head? Oh wait, is this one of your pranks? What's wrong? You're as pale as death.
You shot an innocent
Funny
bystander.
you should say that. 'Cause I'm a killer now.
In a small town like ours, rumors spread like wildfire. All it took was a few hours, and everybody knew. Miser had shot a hostage. Of course, it wasn't on purpose, and it sure as hell wasn't his fault. A child could see that. But Miser, I could keep explaining to him, but I couldn't understand for him.
Yeah.
The more I struggled to bring him back, the deeper he sunk. You wouldn't have been able to tell by the look on his face. But in the shadow of his grin, guilt was flaying his very soul. For what? What led to this? Where did he go wrong? Miser never strayed. He was a good man who followed his dreams, and along the way he saved countless people. He's done his part. If y'all are up there, it's time you did yours. Please, help him. And just like that, I prayed. Every morning and every night, I thought of Miser and prayed. Then I'd wake up the next day.
Don't worry.
And nothing would have changed.
You'll get over it
Spring
eventually.
turned into summer, and summer into fall. But I kept begging, till I was nothing more than a mess of hope and despair. Please, I'd say, please, 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 please! Then, one dawn I opened my eyes, looked up at the sky, and saw. We're all alone, ain't we? Revale sure ain't no garden paradise. More like a profane heap of rocks and despair. And if y'all truly don't exist, that means these killings ain't sanctified in the least. I'm a murderer. Was it all empty talk? Was it a bunch of cow pie?
Who?
It sure was. There ain't nothing up above. And there's blood on my hands. Just thinking on it made me sick. I puked my guts out. But I still felt filthy because I was fed lies. But as tears melted my vision into a muddle of color, a single thought swam up. Maybe it ain't so bad after all. 'Cause if Miser's a killer, now we're in the same boat, speeding toward the same demise. More importantly, if there ain't gods deliberating in the sky, but I'm still here passing judgment, doesn't that make me judge, jury, and executioner all in one?
It kind of does.
Don't get me wrong, I don't want power any more than a pig wants a silk waistcoat.
Power
and I
corrupts.
certainly ain't more qualified to be a moral compass.
Eee.
But now, I can give Miser what he wants. I'm not an ambitious woman. I don't need titles or money or a fairy tale ending. I just need to be there for him. Miser's always saying there's greater forces out there, benevolent and just. He believes in them feverishly, 'cause, well, he wants divine retribution. And seeing as how the clouds are empty, I'm the only one who can judge him.
Yeah.
We ain't anything more than motes of dust floating in space. But if I can make a difference in this one man's life, there will have been meaning to my existence. When guilt corners him, and he has nowhere to turn, I'll be there. I'll take on each and every one of his crimes, and I'll burn them all. Don't you worry, Miser. When the walls start closing in, I'll be the one to set you free.
It's nothing quite as weird as the backstory of an atheist nun. It's such a novel concept. Nowhere to run. So let's try our amulet deck. This is what we ran through in the Japanese
This is
version.
where they were supposed to be sighted, but... There ain't nothing but dust and tumbleweed.
Wretches.
Doggone it. I'm hopeless at this old-fashioned tracking. If they gave off body heat, I could sense them at least. But at this rate, I might as well just lie down right here and wait for one to trip over me.
How chilling.
Speak of the devil. They've got a woman cornered. Ah, damn it.
What?
Hey, you hurt?
We haven't heard her English
Nice
voice yet.
scratch on
I've
ya.
only heard her voice off the
Well,
card.
thank your lucky stars.
What do I have to be thankful for? Are you Ashilendrig?
Ugh. Something's freaky about her. Makes my skin crawl. Same way a wretch does. What are you trying to get at? And who do you think you are?
I am called Ilgano. Are you familiar with the name?
So that's how that's pronounced. Ilgano.
I am called Ilgano. Are you familiar with the...
Not at all. Well, let me give you a friendly warning, Ilgano. Don't pull anything funny. Be a real shame if I had to carve that pretty name of yours into a tombstone.
Oh. But why?
I said no funny business.
Why? I was speaking to my friends about death and the end. I want vengeance. I feel a dry heat in my mind. Is this fury? Are you the enemy? Why won't you answer me?
What the hell is going on?
Are you evil? Or am I?
I don't know. Do I look like a confessional to you?
Kind of. I mean, you are a nun, right?
Am I guilty of sin?
I don't know. You could be a wolf in sheepskin or a lamb in wolfskin. It's all the same to me. All I know is I have orders to kill me a wretch. I'm gonna be clear with you. I don't have a clue who you are, and frankly, Spooky, I don't give a damn.
So, I'm not gonna spoil Ilgano's entire story because for those who just didn't watch the Japanese playthrough, but her story is great, and I'm looking forward to the vocal performances in that one because of some characters that show up.
The gods want you, dead or alive.
Dead or alive?
Sinner, lift up thy face, for redemption is at hand. Ignite, trigger. Your wicked deeds shall melt away and leave only a sweet blessing. God shadowed are thy names. Thy world teems with wickedness. We do not know repletion, for we are starved of thy love. Thus, divinity, thy name is ignorance. I shall be guardian to this forsaken world, and scorch away its bleakest filth.
Are you a guardian angel?
Well, I sure ain't yours. But I will purge those sins, come heaven or high water.
What do you think high water is like? I always wondered what high water was like. Because I hear hell or high water a lot. What is high water just another way of saying holy water? Or is high water a specific type of water? Is it water that's found up high? Is it water that does a lot of weed in its downtime?
Am I a demon?
think we can keep this opening hand. I don't remember how to play this deck. All I remember is that we want to get as many amulets on the field as possible.
Until I vanish, nothing is safe.
Blessings upon you.
Alright.
If I were
Thy little canary.
Oh, that's right. She's a puppet deck.
our eyes close as the curtain
There we go.
falls.
I hate this body.
And we just keep playing our amulets. Next turn we can Apostle and Dogma.
I'm gonna destroy you.
That's a lot of puppets.
The cogs have turned. The cogs have turned.
Look to the gear turner.
Blessings upon you.
Aegis transformation! Holy gem!
Do I want this thing to attack? I don't think we waste an evolve point versus them.
Just follow my tune, and away we go.
This is the optimal place for my camera, right? I think it is.
Just follow the tune of my magical pipe.
Did I not pray hard enough?
Yum-yums to fill my tum-tums! Blessings upon you.
Okay. All we have to do is
so
keep
filthy.
the amulets a-rolling.
Why do words not reach you?
Cruel Puppet Master.
Out of my
Help me!
face!
Please!
What's the din-din?
Okay, so they're gonna have a handful of puppets.
Aegis transformation! Holy gem!
We're just gonna keep putting them on the defensive. They have enough puppets to where they can just punch face for a lot here. Puppets with ward, huh? That's kind of new.
Did I not pray hard enough?
Is this thing that gives it the ward?
Look to the zenith, for there I will rise.
Pay your penance!
Embrace them in your fiery gale, solar wind.
Okay. Can we live long enough to win? Where are all of my angelic snipers, or vengeful snipers, whatever they're called? Because I remember that they're the win condition in this deck.
Come listen again.
Though I set, I will rise again. Look to the zenith, for there I will rise.
I'll give you what you walked into the wrong forest, friend.
Just wait till these flames reach you.
I am
Fenris Death Pounce!
Okay.
Though I set, I will rise again.
A balanced world
Uh-oh.
of joy and sorrow.
I think our deck has petered out.
Clear now.
Lick me whiskers!
Humans and puppets get along great.
Well, we lost.
Fine.
By a lot. This deck is kind of janky. I honestly should completely rework it. The problem is it's built entirely around a card I don't really have copies of.
Now don't take this personal.
Am I a demon?
Okay. Maybe this time we can be on the offensive.
Until I vanish, nothing is safe.
Aegis transformation! Holy gem!
Because they went really wide really quickly.
Repent!
We're gonna place a ward.
Did I not pray hard enough?
Wow, there's all of our Raws.
Aegis transformation! Holy gem!
Yum yums to fill my tum-tums!
Well, so much for being on the offensive, huh?
Did I not pray hard enough?
What's for din-din?
All creation is under
Ah, this guy's back. You gonna play a puppet just to go back to full health?
Destroy you.
The cogs have turned.
The cogs have turned.
The cogs have turned.
Oh, I have Noah's in this
Where
deck?
will our journey take us?
Pay your penance.
We're rally at 4.
Turn.
So this will trade if it's smart.
Just follow my tune, and away we go.
This blood.
And then we could trade into that with Raw and start the damage taking.
Just follow the tune of my magical pipe.
Okay, this is working out much better for us.
Look to the zenith, for there I will rise.
Just wait till these flames reach you.
It's gonna die to a puppet next turn, but
Embrace
puppets
them
don't
in
have
your
storms.
prominence.
That's not really a big worry of mine.
Again.
And then we can just keep playing 5/5
I'm gonna need
ward.
your soul. For science. I'm gonna need your soul. For science.
That's a fun quote. I'm gonna need your soul.
Though I set,
For science.
I will rise again. Look to the zenith, for there I will rise.
Blessings upon you.
Let's just
There
trade.
won't be a speck of ash left.
Embrace them in your prominence.
Trade with the one that's gonna deal more damage to me next turn if it lives. To do so. This will force them to
balanced
trade
world
into my Raw.
Joy and sorrow. I won't stop.
I don't think we're gonna get up to rally
Why
10.
do words not reach you?
Though I set,
Wow.
I will rise again.
Oh, we're out of Evil. We almost got up to 10.
If I were
Thy little little canary.
Life is so filthy.
I'm gonna need your soul. For science.
Okay, big money.
I'll do whatever is in my power.
Look to the zenith, for there I will rise.
Doesn't this land just fill you with reverence?
Are we dead? If they don't kill our thing, we're going to deal a lot of damage to their face.
Life is so filthy. Life is so filthy.
They're just gonna let us punch them in the face for the 10-10.
Cough up some donations and I just might save
Now,
you.
if you would please look to your right. Shall we? Any questions?
Our eyes close as the curtain falls.
And that worked out.
This is called agony.
Ilignu's voice seems pretty interesting.
Got your slippery ass now.
Onward to the next performance.
Ignite, trigger, haven fire.
Huh. Heat. I'm burning.
I am burning.
So this is what it is to burn. I remember.
That was a direct hit. How's she still standing?
You take lives. So did I. It seemed like the only path at the time.
Ignite, trigger, haven fire.
I forget, is there a way to hide the thing? Is there a way to hide the dialogue bar? I mean, I guess we can disable it.
She's real tough for a walking corpse. Ain't melting, ain't crumbling, heck, not even a whimper. I ain't never seen anybody like her, human or wretch. What are you?
I am still searching for myself.
That's one way of saying even I don't know.
You know nothing. They were innocent folks, though we were speaking of terrible things. Things that made me shiver. He had a child. She made mistakes. Then you came in and shot them.
I'm about to lose my damn mind listening to you.
I only wanted conversation. Do you people speak with nothing but your guns?
Just shut your mouth.
I like to imagine that if this ever got an anime adaptation, she's like shooting chunks out of her body, and it's just like shrugging it off.
Got her straight between the eyes. Gonna be awful hard getting up with your brains on fire.
Nope.
What kind of unholy fire does it take to burn, you devil?
Perhaps I survived because I was chosen. That is what Istar said.
Istar. Istar is one of the people I'm looking forward to seeing the English voice for.
Chosen? By a god named Earstar? Never heard that one before.
I have it, it's still funny.
Look at that sorry state you're in. Even if greater forces existed, which they don't, and if they were meddling, which they ain't, this sure ain't a blessing. This is divine retribution.
Retribution? Retribution. Why does it ring so familiar?
I know this is like a bad time to bring this up, but I feel like we should have celebrated the fact that we are now at 69 followers on the channel. I just remembered that now. I don't know why I'm bringing it up at all, but it's funny, so I think I might as well mention it before I forget it.
Retribution. Such a heavy word. Must I make retribution?
Eat this!
It is only proper that retribution follow vice.
Ugh! Nothing's working!
Maybe you should try running.
But if I must make retribution, did I transgress in some way?
To be fair, if I shot someone in the head and they got up after that, I would have already been running away at this point.
Questions! Can't you make up a half-witted opinion on your own?
And that's just with a regular gun. She's using bullets that literally turn to molten lava.
Out of bullets.
She's using magic bullets. And that wasn't enough.
Damn it! Best be to retreat, or I'll be pushing up daisies.
Actually, she does have one magic bullet left, but it's not hers.
If you are a guardian angel, illuminate my path. Show me who I really am.
Back off, Spooky. I can't show you diddly squat. I got no more candy, but all I need's a moment of distraction, and I'll be out here before she can say toodles.
Toodles.
I could play my ace, but...
What's her ace?
Hold on now. I've still got Miser's bullet tucked away right here. When I hit her in the head, she froze for 2 blinks. Alright, let's do or die, Selena.
2 blinks. That is literally not enough time, but I guess if it's more time than none, might as well buy it.
Look, how am I supposed to be a guardian angel when I can't even protect myself? You want to find your place in this world? Find somebody who understands your sin.
Sin.
Uh-huh. Well, this little cat fight has been real charming, but it's over now. Cause I ain't passing to the other side without my man. Lights out, beast!
Spoken like not a true tsundere. Tsundere.
Someone who understands my sins.
Better run.
What was up with that bullet? When I fired, I could have sworn. No. Calm yourself, Selena.
No,
Focus
let
on
us
getting back
know.
to the church. The abbess will want to hear about what happened.
I want to know what happened.
Who could it be? Who knows sin like mine?
Yep. Run with the flames. Run! Run, my tritties! I'm losing my appetite. I'm not going to finish all this food I have underneath my camera.
I'm always griping about all the people I have to kill, but leaving a job undone just don't sit right. Not to mention I still don't know what she was.
My, oh my. Are you hurt, Buttercup?
What is your deal? And are you a keeper? And also, can you say your name again for clarity's sake? Because I honestly don't remember, because we've spoken to you the least out of all the characters in this story.
Just a few scratches. That's all.
Well, if that's a scratch, I would hate to see what a gash looks like. Hold still now. There, right as rain.
Sure hope I'm wrong, but you ain't gonna start babbling about being from another world now, are ya?
My, what brought this on all of a sudden?
In this neck of the woods, anyone that wanders around black and blue is bad news. If you were Revalian, you would have kept your head down and kept walking.
Bless your troubled heart. I promise you I'm only acting out of goodwill.
Sorry. A strange girl filled my head with talk of deities and distant lands, and I guess it got to me. Not to mention, I ain't seen your face before.
Arisa's a good character. People complain about the Mary Sue archetype, but I think Arisa shows what a childlike sense of innocence can bring to a character. It's a beautiful thing.
I must sound crazy as a starved parrot right now. Forget it. Thanks for the help.
Anytime. But that wound of yours was mighty strange, if you don't mind me saying.
Well, the one who gave it to me was mighty strange. Stronger and more mysterious than a wretch she was.
Mercy me! I've heard of wretches. Great beasts, aren't they? Crawled out of who knows where not too long ago.
But they haven't been around always, and that should always strike people as interesting. Like, if zombies started walking the
No one
earth,
can say where they came from, and no one can say where they're going.
I would probably look into the cause, and you could probably easily narrow down a cause, because there would be a definite point before then. And correlation does not equal causation, but it shouldn't be too hard to find some sort of event that would have triggered the foundation of the wretches. And there's also talk about Icy's goons doing ritual, some nonsense, so probably safe to assume he's behind that.
Why, the same could be said for humans, Buttercup.
That is a good point, which she just gave.
You know, it's not every day I meet a bright young thing like yourself. Say, why don't you let me peer into your future? Don't worry. I'm an honest-to-goodness fortune teller, but I hope that wasn't too obvious, given my shimmering air of mystique.
Mystique is right.
Appreciate the offer, but I'm gonna have to pass. As far as I'm concerned, nothing controls my destiny.
And is that because you don't believe in divinity? Well, I do declare.
What's your name?
Call me Floess.
That's the name. I can never remember your name because it's not a name I would ever see or hear commonly.
Never heard of ya. Like I thought. You ain't from around here.
Buttercup, I'm just like the sky. Always been a part of this town, as I've always been a part of every town. I am nowhere and everywhere at once. And there's nothing I can't see from on high. So why don't you do us both a favor and lose the act? Come on now. How are you going to shoot a gun with no bullets?
What are you?
Oh, let's not fret over little old me. That information's of no use to you right now. A spot of fortune-telling would serve you much better. What do you say?
You ain't leaving till I watch your parlor trick, huh? Fine. Today's gotta be the worst day ever.
Well, what's life without a few storm clouds? Now, let's see what's on the horizon for you. When the time is right, pull the trigger. Only then will rapture fall from the clouds.
When the time is right, pull the trigger. Wait a minute, I wrote that down. I did write that down. Screw you, lady.
Seems you might get that happy ending after all. However, let's just say there's a few dragons between you and the prize, Buttercup. Your worst day ever might just get worse.
Didn't think that was possible.
This lady's full of shit. Don't listen to a word she says.
Anything is possible.
We've been going for longer than an hour. We can swear as much as we want now.
The time has come for me to bid you adieu.
What were the 7 dirty words that George Carlin said you can't say on TV?
Now, wherever will that bullet end up? The choice is yours to make.
She's still following that bullet.
Well, she was loopier than a long-stemmed lasso. Reminds me of Arisa. Trying to understand the both of them is like trying to flip an hourglass without sand. No point. Wonder if everybody from other worlds is like that.
Flipping an hourglass without sand in it.
Heaven help me. I couldn't take another one.
Now, business time! Where's that dang Harrison supposed to? Huh?
Oh, that's right. These two did bump into each other.
That's what I get asking the skies for help. And who are you supposed to be?
Took the question fresh out of my mouth. What kind of bandit goes around dressed like a nun?
A nun.
Well, she might be bristling with guns, but seems she ain't bearing her fangs at me. Sorry I snapped at you. It's been a day, but I mean you no harm.
Oh? I like the sound of your fiddle.
What? I like the cut of your jib.
I'll leave you to it. Just, I wouldn't go down that way, if you catch my drift.
I wish we could tell which way she's pointing.
We're gonna get back to the church, and before you know it, this day will be all over.
Because if it's pointing to the invincible Ilganu, that's pretty scary.
We met some real oddballs today, but we ain't gonna think about that. Gonna focus on keeping our sanity. And you know what? We can start by not talking to ourselves. Shoot. I am really tired. And right on cue, here it comes, the Miser Mirage.
Damn my luck. How am I supposed to beat a freaky zombie monster?
Wait, that's a real miser.
The Miser Mirage.
What's a wretch doing after him? I thought I killed them all. Damn it! Hate it when fortune tellers are right. Fine, I'll hunt me some demons. But after all that, home.
Hunt me some demons. Flames of Purity. I kind of was going to offer to skip all the battles in this story, since we're going through it a second time in the English. But, I forgot how few of them there even were.
I could smell its breath on that one. At least I've got room to hightail it now. What if it just goes after somebody else? Damn it, Sheriff. I can't do it. So is it curtains for me then? This is not how I wanted to go.
Ignite, trigger, haven fire!
Pounce!
Miser, not like you to accept a dance partner.
Selena, thank my lucky britches for you.
Look at him grinning. 2 weeks ago he was backed up against death's door and couldn't even draw his gun. Maybe you should thank me instead of your pants, you dumb gun. You could have died!
Sorry, I am grateful.
These damn wretches are popping up like daisies all of a sudden. Best avoid back alleys and dark places, if you know it's good for you.
And how do you know so much about them?
It's called common sense, doof.
Well, that's the first time I ever saw one. What in Reveal's name do you think they are?
Wretches. Ghosts. People with troubled pasts.
Well, there's a question for the ages.
No kidding. I was wondering if they had something to do with Schillendrig or whatnot.
That's pretty good gunch. Guess? Guess hunch. Gunch.
All I've heard is he's been pouring his fundage into some kind of ritual.
A ritual, you say?
The abbess told her that.
Probably trying to develop some newfangled magic rite.
Slap my bottom. Where did you hear that?
From the abbess.
One of his goons confessed it at church.
Whoa! Ain't a man's confession supposed to be between him and his parish?
I was joking, you Dorcas. How I got the information is a trade secret. Which means if you want to hear the secret, you gotta make a trade.
Is that how trade secrets work?
Dang! No friends and family discount? Guess it'll have to wait till payday.
Oh wait, so he does get paid on a salary.
You look beat. Want to skedaddle back to the church?
Actually, I was just there. Had a chat with the abbess. I'm glad to see she's still perky.
Is everything okay?
Hunky-dory, especially now that I've talked with you. You saved my bacon so many times over the years. I might as well be more hog than deputy by now.
What? What does that even mean? And more importantly, how much do you get paid?
Uh-huh.
I'm in the market for a new job. I think a deputy of an 1850s western town seems like something I could do.
There he goes again, dropping those honeyed words. I have to stop lapping him up so easily. Anyway, catch you later, Oinky.
Oinky.
Okay. Damn. Still hurts every time I use it like that.
Note to self, lighting fist on fire is painful.
Time to drag myself home.
Home. The nice music's back.
Oh, Miss Selena's back!
By the way, if you ever have time to, I recommend listening to the soundtrack for Shadowverse. It's actually not that bad. My personal favorite track is the one that we have constantly referred to as the Sexy Pipe Organ, which I have tracked down and found the name of. It is Eris Theme Black, because it's the theme of the evil Eris.
Welcome back, Miss Selena.
Did y'all behave yourselves while I was gone?
We sure did. In fact, we were fighting rich folk as funny and barren.
You know what? I just realized that we never tried to click and look at the little fancy thing or whatever is unique on the map for the Reveal maps.
I'm barren. Look at me. We're gonna tip the scales.
It's time to tip the scales. Whack.
So you two caught the bunny and barren bug as well?
You bet. Everybody loves them.
I bet Icy doesn't. Oop, my chair's getting all creaky.
And they fight for what's right.
I'm sure they do. Well, I've got things to discuss with the abbess. Y'all can get back to saving the poor or whatever it is you heroes do. Just don't hurt yourselves.
Yes, Miss Selena.
I hope the kids end up okay at the end of this story.
You hear, Abbess?
Yes. Is it over?
No, not really. One of them took so many bullets and didn't die.
No. I couldn't finish the cleansing.
You, Selena?
Yeah, I might as well have been fighting the ocean. That wretch's powers engulfed me. Who knows what all horror she has lurking deep within.
Can't believe that someone put a hit on a person like that.
It was too much.
Was she the one who gave you those burns?
No, I got this. I saved... Well, I did it to myself. Ran out of bullets and candy, so the only thing left to ignite was me.
I don't know, I might have ignited the gun and thrown that before I would start lighting myself on fire.
Oh, you've had a rough time of it. I'm sorry, Selena. I thought this job would be like all the rest.
2 pounds of metal is a pretty good weapon to whack someone with when you think about it. A gun with no bullets is still a pretty effective club. There we go. I think I fixed my chair.
Job's a job. Although this one I failed spectacularly. I'm the one that should be apologizing.
Love the emotiveness of the characters' faces.
Stop being so hard on yourself. Go on and rest now. I'll talk to Vincent.
Know when the next assignment's coming?
Why are you so eager, child? It'll be here sooner than you know, on account of all that commotion over at Ishillendriggs.
I just realized something. She's got the blue eyes, and the blue eyes, as we learned with Eris in the first story, usually involve possession of some nature.
I don't like being stuck twiddling my thumbs.
Also, if I remember correctly, Vincent also has blue eyes.
It's called healing. Now go rustle in that drawer. Pretty sure I have a bottle of charmed salve rolling around in there.
Charmed salve.
All right. Thank you.
Magic healing salve, or should I say blessed holy healing salve.
What are you?
So if I have a priest bless my medicine, like my Benadryl or something, or my onion rings, can I have a priest bless my onion rings? Will that give it anything special benefits, special qualities, or will it just raise the faith requirement for me to be able to use it?
I am still searching for myself.
When the time is
Yeah. Flashback.
Something real noxious has been poisoning the waters upstream. I can feel it. Too many rotten fish been floating my way.
Yeah, it's probably all Icy's fault. Corrupt businessmen tend to be the problem or the root of all evil, because money is the root of all evil. So the guy that is prosperity probably is the bad guy.
And Miser's swimming in the middle of it.
Or the root of all bad guys.
No kidding.
That
boy is fixing to chase down a titan, ain't he?
Yes, he is.
Miser, can't you see? Even if you could snare him, a Shillandrick ain't gonna give you the closure you need. I best be getting ready, before something foul this way comes.
Something wicked this way comes. Something from Macbeth. Ugh. Pure retribution. We're getting close to the end.
If it's penance you need, then I'll be the one to give it to you. We've always been together, right? Just stop making that face.
Oh no, the sad music's back. I actually don't know the name of this one on the soundtrack, but I should probably write it down for later.
Sorry, what kind of face was I making?
Your dumbest one. Your dumbest one, Miser. Hey, all your life you've been rescuing people and taking on their hurt. You saved me. Many, many times. But your ship can only carry so much. Haven't you suffered enough, Miser?
You talk about me like I'm some kind of hero. That ain't who I am. I've been lying to people my whole life. Couldn't face the shame of the truth that my folks didn't want me. Better everybody think I'm an orphan instead. Heroes have to be better than your average person. How do you think the townspeople would feel being saved by a fool who couldn't even win his mother's love?
Ooh, I don't think they care.
That's why I act the part of a goofy deputy. Give people the impression they can trust their local lawman. You know, justice served with a smile.
Good on you.
And that smile, Selena, is my greatest lie of all.
It wasn't your fault. You were left alone. You were pure and honest at your core. It was Reveal that made you grow up crooked. All you've been through, folks you've met, they've left scars on you. You might be bent up, but you didn't deserve it.
You're too kind.
I don't want to hear that from you.
Thanks for sticking by me all this time. I can't show this side of me to anyone else.
No, Miser, you've never let me in. Look at yourself now, shutting me out with that dumb pearly white lie.
Just a habit. Selena, I want to serve the law. I swear that justice means the world to me.
She just wishes that she meant the world to you.
But I'm not sure how I can serve justice and have the weight of my sins hanging over my head like a damn phantom.
Then retire or serve the police department in a different capacity, like a jailer.
You've served it. You've served it well thus far. Hide behind your smile. Stay afloat on those lies. validate yourself. I won't tell no one. But if one day, if it gets to be too much, if the dam crumbles and you start crying and crying and still, you can't wash away what's bearing down on you, come to me. And I will. Oh, shoot. When did I fall asleep?
Are you awake now?
Sorry. Didn't mean to steal a nap on you.
Oh, you were well within your rights. How are you feeling?
You have the right to remain napping?
Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and ready to take on the world.
You know what? If we ever rewrite the Constitution, I want the right to napping to be somewhere in the Constitution. Because if there's anything that I appreciate in this world more than anything else, it is sleeping. Sleep, dreams, there's just something peaceful about the comfort of one's own mind when they're asleep.
So, what do you got in store for me?
More assassinations, more candy.
Knots on the move. It seems she plans to topple Ashelindrig.
Huh. This all out in the open?
Simmering under the surface for now. But old resentments are being stoked, and it won't be long before Reveal erupts into open warfare.
And which side are we on?
Well, Vincent doesn't want to take sides.
Which is the smart thing to do if a war is about to break out.
But Ashelindrig is cunning and foul. If we leave this town under his influence, it'll fester from the inside out.
So I go in and clean the rot. Fantastic. Was planning to pay Ashelindrig a social call anyway. Make sure he doesn't kill everyone's favorite deputy.
How does the Woody line go? There's a snake in my... No, wait, that's not the one. I'm your favorite deputy.
Miser's life isn't the only thing at stake. Skirmishes are sparking left and right. The gods require you to defuse the situation, and fast.
Here they go. She goes talking about them gods again. Those are them gods that she don't believe in.
By which, you mean purge Ashelindrig.
Or his goons.
Can you do it?
If you'd manage to take away all of his influence, I'm not sure how much he could do.
Ain't that hard.
Hit him where it hurts. Take away money. Something. I don't know. My brain hurts right now. Somebody poison the water hole!
We meet, and I put a bullet in his skull before he puts one in mine. Just another target that demands murder. Whoops. Did I say murder? I meant purification.
Tomato, tomato. Murder's just another word for a bunch of crows.
I know, Selena.
Huh?
You don't believe in divinity.
Yeah. I hear Divinity Original Sin 2 is pretty good, though.
It's my fault. I didn't properly impart their teachings.
Nope, she learned on her own. I don't think teaching is the problem when someone loses faith. When someone loses faith, there's usually an innate cause. For me, I would say I lost a lot of my faith in higher powers just because I don't know if I'm justified in giving it to them. Is that right? We're getting too deep? Is this getting too real? If I wanted to say anything about it, I guess what I would say is, I believe in a higher power. But I don't really strictly know what to believe in. I can have morals without following strict teachings. I can have idiosyncrasies? Is that the word? No. You can be an outstanding citizen or a good person without having to be objectively following with any strict teachings of any religion. Not saying I'm atheist. Agnostic, yeah, is what I claim to be. Generally, if anyone asks, that's what I say I am. The purpose that religion serves in society, I don't really know. However, we're not talking about... Although apparently in this society, religion serves to assassinate people that are considered to be the scum of society. Not a religion I don't think I could get behind.
You accelerate on the wind of gods. You ignite with the passion of worship. They are the source of your power. And I should have made sure you understood that.
Heh.
But when I saw you straying, I sat idle. I simply put my hands together and begged them to bring you back. Now I see it wasn't enough.
Abbess,
Selena, when we pray, our eyes should be turned heavenwards. But all you look toward is miser.
Hey, girl wants what the girl wants. The heart wants what the heart wants.
And by saying this now, what do you hope to accomplish?
That is a good point. That is a better question that I should have asked.
It don't matter what I believe in. When you give me a job, I see it through. And this time, heck, Miser's after the same thing. He's like a big honkin' guarantee that I'm gonna do real good.
Real good.
And if your paths diverge?
Then, I follow him to the ends of this empty universe. Know what, Abbess? You're right. I don't think anyone's up there. At least, nothing greater or more merciful than us.
That's one of those great things. Even though I don't believe in any one god or another, I don't believe in the concept of perfection. If there is a god, I don't believe he's perfect. Or she. I imagine it's a person who is fallible, who makes mistakes, who ruins Job's life to prove a point. And stuff. Lots of stuff. Words. And writings. And teachings. And you get the point. Because I've lost mine. I got a lot on my mind. So let's just move along and pretend we didn't have this conversation.
I mean, this whole world's a pit. It's like quicksand. The more you flail, the more the filth sucks you in.
It's not how quicksand works.
But I'm done struggling. I don't give a damn where we live or what's out there. I just want to make sure for one person, one man who means the world to me. Life in Reveal ain't an insufferable hell.
For anyone who remembers the quicksand episode of Mythbusters, I'm not sure why people thought that quicksand is such a thing that kills you so quickly. Because when you really think about it, thick mud is more dangerous. Yeah, that's a good one. We're moving on from the god talk. We're talking about quicksand now. But yeah, if you really think about it, if you're more buoyant in salt water, why would you sink faster in water that is almost completely salt? In fact, it's almost solid. In fact, we don't sink in the ground because it is solid. Which means the more solid the water is, the more easy it should be to float in.
Selena.
But, like I said, what does it matter? I best get going. Wish me luck.
The protection of the gods is with you.
Is it now?
Those are empty words. I'll build my own haven.
And just like that, I think we're at the end. Let's see if we can first try this. Or if we have to cheese it with the meta
What is that
deck.
ruckus? Guess Bunny and Baron have got the town riled up. Now only two types of folk would dare defy a Shillandrig. Rebels with plenty of backbone, or fools with zero brains. Wonder which they are.
Little column A, little column B.
Makes me wonder which I am.
I don't really think you have a stake in this.
How am I gonna go about this? Can't burst in guns blazing. Not unless I want to be target practice for his goons. Coast's clear. What I need is information. Every dragon has a soft underbelly.
And Selena, don't let your guard down. You will have to carry out a grave sentence. We've received...
Flashback.
Rituals, huh? Never took Titans to be the worshipping type. Well, let's get looking.
Technically, ritual is a word that doesn't have to be associated with religion, and people forget that. Kind of like how you can watch TV religiously.
Could have sworn it was here. It's gone.
What you looking for? Something that ain't here, or mayhaps something that was here?
Another weirdo.
Zesowenshi.
Might as well introduce yourself.
The most interesting character in this entire story.
The name's Zesowenshi. Pleased to finally make your acquaintance.
Finally? Weird how I never heard of your name before.
Ah, but I have heard of you.
Didn't realize I was famous around these parts.
But of course, you're our holy sister butcher. Whenever the Titan of Order wants some black sheep slaughtered, he sends his word to, of all things, a church, and they send you.
That's classified information.
Yeah, I wonder how he learned that.
Well, I've got quite a pair of ears on me.
I can't read him. Do I draw my gun?
Yes, you do.
Now, I believe I asked you some questions, and it ain't mannerly to ignore them. Why are you here? What are you looking for?
Got business with an acquaintance of mine. This is our Schillendrig's garrison, ain't it?
Well, that depends. Is it a forest when all the trees are felled? Is it a garrison when all the soldiers are dead?
That is a good phrase. I would say no.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am. Wipe clean out. So you will forgive me for being prickly when I ask this next question. Are you here on unfriendly terms?
No, sir.
Really now? I don't appreciate it when folks lie.
This the best time to be playing tag?
Why not?
Why not?
Well, Not Bunny and Baron are all vying for our Schillendrig's head on a pike. And as much as I adore being around you, I think we both have prior engagements.
That's quite the cool head on your shoulders. Been in the killing business a while?
Ain't a thing I like to tell new friends, but yeah, you could say I have.
And here I was, thinking you'd have to be downright gullible to have faith in the divine. But you're sharp as a tack and deadly as a knife.
You know, out of all the characters that I thought would hit it off well, these two were not the ones I would have thought hit it off well, but they seem to have just rapport back and forth, like it's natural.
Those are qualities I like in my friends. I ain't like other folks, see? Well, shall we dance?
Why?
Why?
Whoever needed a reason to break out in a jig? We're merrymaking.
I don't really like pushy men.
It's like, hi, I like you, let's fight! What is he, Goku?
Seems you know a lot about our Schillendrig. Let's see if I can make you squeal.
So you enjoy watching people suffer?
No, but I will whoop you till you tell me what I want to hear. Zesowenshi.
Zesowenshi.
Oh, I do apologize, but I seem to be much better at telling folks what they don't want to hear.
Yeah, he does that a lot. Alone of madness. Okay, we're gonna remember to look at the map and see if there's something we can interact with.
You're gonna cough up everything.
Every loss is another step to victory.
Alright. See, I'm assuming the thing I interact with is here, right? Is there nothing? Oh, that's boring.
The infestation lasts until victory comes!
I love this guy's voice.
Fear is a knife that cuts both ways.
Next turn we'll be able to Grave Featherfolk and Hollow Dogma. So we want to go wide, and we want to go wide fast. Or we could do this.
Blessings upon you.
Doesn't this land just fill you with reverence?
Vengeful Sniper and Hollow Dogma might be the play then.
Become a demon to kill a demon.
How much does this reduce it by again? Subtracting 2.
Slice and dice and everything nice.
Slice and dice and everything nice.
Into the darkness.
Now, if you would please look to your right.
Let's see.
Any questions?
Blessings upon you.
Every shot is a miracle.
Pay your penance!
A painless death is the mercy I can have. One shot, one absolution.
Alright. So now we remove whatever he plays this turn.
You must
The
become
Shady
a demon
Priest.
to kill a demon.
Kill me twice!
We're literally... This deck is literally just play as many amulets as you need to.
Look to the zenith, for there I will rise.
Aegis transformation! Holy gem!
Now that we have Raw ticking, we just have to go face. And go face, face, face.
Any questions?
Unga bunga, go face. Face is the place.
You must become a demon to kill a demon.
Sometimes I find myself watching the OBS more than I watch the screen. One of the beauties of having two screens is I can look away from the game and still watch me playing the game.
I must have faith.
Where will our journey take us?
Any questions?
Repent!
I love the sound I like the voice line. Him going when he takes damage. Just very, very satisfying to hear.
Any questions?
Repent!
Ah, what a beautiful loss!
We forgot to hear what the voice lines were for these leaders in English. Oh well.
Guess you ain't an easy nut to crack.
Aren't you a light stepper? The gods teach you how to prance? And here I believed you church-going types would be too heavy to cut a caper.
Then you ought to get out more. I am sick and tired of you know-it-all types.
Ain't the first time I've been told that.
And here you are, ain't learnt nothing. It's a miracle you survived this long.
I think you'll find that death doesn't present much of a learning opportunity for someone like me.
You one of those hotheads, thinks they're immortal?
One of those. Mortals are such funny creatures. Always categorizing things, tying them to something familiar, trying to understand them. Why? Is it because y'all are feared of the big bad unknown?
You think you're special?
I know I am. I wasn't made like the rest of you.
By that you mean they forgot to fashion you a brain? I know a sinner when I see one. You keep wasting my time, and I'll need you to pay penance.
Sinner? Aren't we quite the megalomaniac? You fancy yourself a goddess?
In a way. But there's only one man worth my grace, and it ain't you. Ignite! Trigger! Haven fire!
You managed to scratch me. What wonderful skill.
Be cleansed.
I'm on fire.
My bullets pack enough firepower to melt an elephant. Of course, scorching a little weasel like you's no problem.
That ignition's real special. Sure cooked my goose. And did I just catch a whiff of something sweet? That how you prepare your prey? Sprinkle on some sugar.
Huh.
No, don't tell me. I have it all figured out. First, you crank the heat to bone liquefying hot. You melt your sugar, charm them into bullets, and accelerate them from your smoking 6-iron. When the bullets hit your target, boom! It explodes into an ocean of lava. Next thing you know, you've got yourself a nice fondue of flesh.
Sounds more gruesome the way he says it.
Puke.
Can't get over how fascinating y'all are. How am I ever gonna choose a favorite?
Stay away, creepy.
Ugh.
There's only one thing I want from you, and that's dirt on our Shillandrig's rituals.
Well, you should have thought before you shot. I'm in so much pain, I can hardly think, much less speak.
Then shut up.
That tongue's running pretty smoothly, if you ask me.
But there are parts of me aching I didn't even know I had. All I want to do is scream. But I'm nothing if not a good sport. Here's a little tidbit for beating me. That ritual you were wondering about? It's going to remake every last inch of Reveal. Oh. Now, do you think you could excuse me? For someone going on and on about feeling sick, you sure enjoy watching people decompose.
Just making sure you melt completely. I don't want no blood, just the soft smell of baked sugar.
Well, all the more reason to get out of your hair. 'Cause I don't think I can melt. But let me bring in a fella that is 100% guaranteed capable of dying. And with that, I must bid you good day. It was a real treat meeting you, Miss Selena. May we cross paths again.
Huh? What in the world? What just happened?
He's like a ghost.
My bounty! Burning!
Too loud to be an illusion, that's for sure.
That performance sounded so good, but the audio quality on that sounded so bad.
Did he substitute another body? Do spells like that even exist? Damn, this is more
Substitution
puzzles than
jutsu.
I signed up for. Still, you best put on your detective hat, Selena. Figure this out fast. Cause knowing Miser, he's about to do something dumb, suicidal, or both. Alright, wake up. I know there's life left in there somewhere. Got a deal for ya. Tell me all you know about Ishillendrake, and I'll end your suffering.
Just kill me.
Once again, spill the beans and I'll grant your wish. Until then, I won't lift a finger.
What are you gonna do to me?
Nothing if you don't fess up. Look, I ain't a detective and I ain't good at interrogations. Let's not drag this out, cause this is painful for the both of us.
Doing pretty good so far.
That's right. Speak. Don't be scared. You're the master of your own fate.
Alright. Next time we go into Elignu. Still iffy on the pronunciation of that. But till next time, I will see you then.